Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Spotlight, and today we are looking at Shelter by Might and Delight, whom you might know as the developers behind PID, a wonderful little platforming game that I covered a little bit earlier here on my channel, but this game will be available on Steam August 28th for $10, although you can buy it now and get it 10% off. So this is a wilderness survival game where you are put in charge of a mother badger, trying to take care of her cubs, let them grow to their fullest potential, their mighty badger selves. Are badgers called, or infant badgers called cubs? I'm not really sure. Pups, maybe? I'm gonna call them pups, but as soon as we start into the game, we instantly see that we have a sick and or dead little cub here. Pup. I think I'm gonna go with pup, because they kind of remind me of dogs. But anyways, so they instantly let you know, okay, you have to take care of these animals, these little babies. You're in charge of them. Do a good job of making them grow big and strong, and take care of them. So we're gonna take this little, I guess it's like some kind of radish or a beet, or not a beet, but it's something, some kind of food. We're gonna give it to our sick cub here. That'll make him feel a little bit better, and we can journey on our way. Now this game is very much so a big kind of leap from PID, which was just a platforming game. Well, not just a platforming game, it was a platforming game, but this is certainly a nice new venture from platforming. And it's certainly a concept I've never really seen before. I've never really seen a game where you're put in charge of taking care of your own infants, and certainly not as a badger. I kind of stopped myself there for a second, because I guess you could consider something like The Sims like a take care of your spawn kind of game, but never in the form of an animal, that's for sure. So we have 5 right now, or 5 pups here right now, and we have to take care of them, make sure things don't happen to them. I'm not going to spoil too much of things, but there are predators out there. There's things like rapids, like water rapids, and other dangers that we have to kind of keep away from our cubs, or protect our cubs from. I guess I'm going to call them cubs because that's what I keep calling them. I know I said I'm going to call them pups, but obviously I haven't stuck to that. And one thing I kind of wish this game had was a better save system. There is saving in the game, but it's not manual save. There's sort of sections to the game, and after each little section, which takes you between 10 to 30 minutes to complete each section, there's like a little save point where you can continue from the beginning of that section. I would like to see like a manual save system where you can kind of, you know, say, oh, I just started the game, I know that, but I kind of gotta go do something. I wish I could, you know, hit escape, click save, and then continue on. Another small complaint I have is that the choice of the font colors on the home screen and on the credit screen and things like that, they blend in with the backgrounds quite a lot, and it's hard to tell what is what. So for instance, on the title screen there, if I wanted to do settings, it was kind of hard for me to see where that button was. So maybe just change the color of those home screen words. But this is definitely a artistic game more than anything. I think it's really just telling you all about nature, survival of the fittest. It has something to say in that, and I think this game is definitely kind of peacefully awesome. It's not a game where it's gonna have a lot of action, but it's definitely nerve-wracking, and you feel like, oh god, I gotta do something, or these little cubs of mine are gonna die. I have to be responsible for them. I'm their mommy. Gotta take care of them. And it does a really good job at painting a picture for you. And I gotta say, the game world itself is beautiful, and so is the music. It's a very relaxing game. One of those games where you just kind of want to come home, rewind. Don't really necessarily want to play something where you're gonna be doing a lot of thinking necessarily, and kind of shooting people or anything like that. It's one of those games where it's relaxing, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I know I've said it like 5 times, but you may have seen me collecting fruits and veggies out of the ground here, bumping my face into apple trees to get apples to my pups. But there is an element of hunting in the game, and hopefully we'll come up to that soon. Let's see, and this is going to sound weird to say, but there is an element of stealth in the game. It sounds weird now, but you'll understand once we progress a little bit further. And I'm going to try not to get too far, because I don't want to spoil too many of the things that this game has to offer. This game probably took me about around 3.5 hours to complete. Maybe a little bit less, so I don't know, maybe I have a hard time justifying it for $10 being that short of a game. Where's this frog? Here's a frog. Oh, let's get him. Get him. Oh god, where's he going? Let's try to get this frog. Oh, get him. There we go. We got the frog. But a game that short, I feel like it would do better maybe at like the $5 price point. I think $10 is a little bit steep for such a short game, and there's not a huge amount of replayability behind it, just because the replayability aspect is, okay, I gotta do a little bit better this time. Try and get all my cubs instead of just 1 or 2 or 3 or however many you manage to save. But it's definitely, I think it's a good game nonetheless. I almost stole that little root vegetable there from my cub. Do we only have 4 now? 1? Okay, no we don't. I was gonna be a little upset if we had lost one already. Okay, it's pretty basic at the beginning of the game. You just run around collecting food for your little cubs here. There is a little cave that I could go into over here. I'm not going to go into it though, because we have no reason currently to do so. Either that or it's just a dead end. But come on along, little cubs. Later on in the game, you're gonna have to kind of be a little bit more situationally aware, rather than just kind of full-on sprinting ahead, because your cubs are a little bit slower than you. They do have shorter legs. They are little babies. They can't quite keep up as well, so you got to kind of keep an eye on them, make sure nothing snatches them up or they don't fall or something. I don't know, disappear, I suppose. Things happen, man. Things happen. It's nature. Nature's scary. But I gotta say, this game says a lot without saying anything, if that makes any sense. Okay, eat that. Yum, 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 yum. So I'm actually kind of glad that this game had a successful Greenlight campaign. I did go through Greenlight on Steam, so it was successful, so that's pretty awesome to hear. I believe PID was on Steam. I'm pretty sure it was. If not, then, well, I'm a big stinking liar, but I don't know, maybe, I think it would be good if Steam, if you got a game onto Steam once through Greenlight, you didn't really have to go through it again. I think that'd be kind of fair, because they're a proven developer, and I've seen a lot of worse crap on Steam, to be fair, but I don't want to divulge too much into my thoughts on Steam Greenlight here. This is about Shelter, so, well, we'll kind of diverge away from that. So one thing that is nice about bashing my skull against these trees is that I don't have to pick up the apple and give it to my babies here. Did we loot? Okay, I keep thinking we lost one, but they're smart enough to get it. And one thing that is also cool, a lot of times you'll miss sort of root vegetables or trees just because you're trying to look around and progress, admire the scenery, listen to the beautiful music. Your cubs will actually run. Let's see if I can't get them to do it over here somewhere, actually. Yeah. Okay. This will help me explain it a little bit better. So, okay, I didn't really see that. Oh, okay, my cubs are alerting me of food nearby, which is something, it's a kind of a nice little touch. Alright, let's not park this, but drop this right here. And if you don't have any food in your mouth, you can do left click and you kind of bark, which kind of says, hey, my little children, hurry up. Come along. It's kind of a nice little thing. It's an easy game to play, easy game to get into. Ultimately, it's rather depressing, because nature is depressing. Come on, guys, come on. So again, this first section is pretty boring. It's not necessarily the most exciting thing. So we actually have our stealth mechanic here. We have a rat or some kind of rodent here that we have to try and sneak up on before it gets into its hole, and we got him successfully. There are going to be bigger prey and other preys and even predators that you have to use that stealth mechanic on, and it's kind of interesting that they threw that in there, or not necessarily threw it in there, but that's an aspect of the game. I find that kind of cool. It shows that you are trying to survive, and you have to do whatever it takes to survive, basically. Kind of gives a little glimpse into the mind of a badger, I suppose. Alright, so let's, I think we're almost to the next section of the game. The sections are pretty short, I gotta say. Where are they? There they are. They are munching. I feel like there's one badger that eats the things I give them, and is hogging everything. He's a fatty of the badger bunch. That's what you call badgers, is a badger bunch, a bunch of badgers. Say that 5 times fast. Definitely think there's one hogging things. There's like a runt and there's one that's just obese. One thing that's kind of silly is that this game is rated E, and the reason it's rated E is for fantasy violence. Kind of silly. I'm not sure whose fantasy it is to be a badger. I mean, maybe that's a fantasy out there. Not my fantasy for sure, but I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a silly reason to have it be rated E. I believe it's rated E 10+, but I guess because there's a concept of death in the game and not all small children necessarily understand death. So here's a bigger prey. I have not yet caught one of these fox. They're pretty tricky. They're pretty cunning because, well, fox are rather cunning in the wilderness. They're known for that. They're smart animals, that's for sure. But they're pretty tricky to catch. They definitely have good ears, that's for sure. I can't really easily sneak up on them. I'll try my damnedest right now, but I've not been successful yet. The problem is, you can't really... you can press control to do like a little slow walk sneak mode, but the problem with the fox is that they're constantly moving, even if it's just a walk. And you can't really catch up to them in sneak mode. One thing, I got really close to catching one time, and the thing that worked for me was kind of following it without it running and trapping it into like a little cubby hole? Like a little corner thing, like a dead end, I suppose. But I still somehow missed it. Like it ran into a bush and then just disappeared. I don't know where it went, but it's definitely pretty tricky. Let's see if I can't run over to here and just sneak up on it a little bit more. Okay, I think we might be able to catch him. Quiet! We're hunting! Wait for it. Oh. Just be easy. Easy. Luckily, for instance, when the cubs run up to find, or to tell you that there's a food source nearby, the cubs don't alert the fox or other prey, so that's a good touch. That'd be pretty annoying if the fox got alerted because my cubs were like, hey, mommy, feed us this radish, or feed us this carrot, or apple, or whatever happens to be there. Oh, we're getting close to the fox. I'm gonna go into crouch mode. Wait for it. Oh, it saw us. Yeah, they're pretty fast, too. There's no way I'm gonna catch him now. Unless maybe he stops along the way, but I don't know. I've yet to catch a fox. I know it's possible. I've seen it done in a video or in a GIF, but I've yet to do it. Oh, am I gonna catch him right here? Oh. Go, go, go. Oh. I got him. Sweet. I guess there's a first time for everything. That's pretty brutal, though. I just, like, broke its neck. I jumped on its head and just, like, snapped it right in the neck. But that's gonna give an opportunity for all our badgers except for this one that seems... There we go. But they're all gonna get the opportunity to eat it, and they should be full for now. I mean, these little badgers eat pretty damn often. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Eat it. Do it. Do it. There we go. Alright, so I'm just gonna run right along to this next little area here. I want to show off a little bit more of the game mechanics. It's not just chasing food and hitting it. There are some pretty tense moments, I'm not gonna lie. And I want to get to one of those tense moments. Okay. I don't care if you see food, my little children. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's quiet because I thought maybe one died. I heard a shriek and I got concerned that one of them got murdered. Which would be pretty depressing. This is a depressing game. When you lose a cub, and you will lose a cub. Or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or however many you happen to lose. But you will lose some. And you'll feel real bad about it. And that's something that this game does really well. It makes you feel bad for losing your children without saying anything. It doesn't need to say anything. It does a really well job at painting a picture. A really nice job at painting a picture. Alright, here you go. Eat that. I command thee. Maybe if you eat your vegetables, you can have a fox later on. I don't know. It's up to you. So this should be the end of this section, I believe. Maybe not. Could have sworn it's rather soon. Yeah, I think? No, it's not. I lied. Let's let our little cubs catch up here. So yeah, if you do know what a baby badger is called, definitely drop it in the comment, because I'm kind of curious as to what a baby badger is in fact called. Okay. Here's the moment I was talking about. So, there's this giant hawk in the air. Looks enormous because we're tiny little badgers, but this is really tense. This is the moment I was talking about, or one of the many moments I was talking about. So we have to make it between these little grass-covered areas without getting eaten by this hawk, or one of our cubs getting eaten by this hawk. And it's pretty tricky, actually. You gotta kind of be patient here and wait. And wait. Okay, go. Hopefully we can make it to this little log. I really don't want to witness one of my babies being snatched up by an eagle. The thing just fucking walloped this thing. You know, just like smashed right into this log. It's pretty terrifying when you're just walking along, barely making it through these patches of grass, and then a hawk swoops down. It's like, "Hey there, friend! I'm gonna try and eat you." Because one, it shakes the screen. You're like, "What the hell was that?" And then you realize, "Oh god, that was absolutely terrifying." I pooped myself a little bit. I think we're okay for now. Let's run right along here. Again, we gotta keep an eye on them. We gotta make sure they don't get eaten. Because that would be a damn shame to lose one in the first sequence of the game. Okay, so there are other sequences. There's not just this one look of the environment. There's... Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. There's like a nighttime sequence, I don't think this is much of a spoiler. They've described it in the game, but there is a fire sequence, like a wildfire sequence. And there's other surprises in that sequence of wildfire. So there's other environments to keep holding your interest. It's not just one sort of kind of the samey environment throughout the entire game. Come on, little guys. Come along. You can make it. There we go. Alright, let's try and find some food. We haven't eaten in a while. Probably like 3 minutes, but that's still a while in terms of badger time. And everybody knows badger time is, in fact, like 35.6 repeating times faster than human time. It's a well-known fact. I mean, if you didn't know that, I feel sorry for you. Okay. Oh, I guess maybe that's not an apple. Yeah, it is. Isn't it? Is this the way I came from? I really hope not. I think it is. And I got myself turned around. Well, that's embarrassing. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, there's a rat there. Sorry, I was taking a sip of my water there for a second. It's rather thirsty. So that hawk actually hit that log, and I got disoriented. It got me all turned around. So my apologies if this looks familiar to you, because it certainly didn't look familiar to me. Come on, come on. That's another thing I find that gets kind of that could be worked upon. Is while it does alter the environments, like there are different looking environments, when you're in one certain scene, the environment is generally the same, and sometimes it's pretty easy to get turned around and get lost, and you don't necessarily know where you are going. And you definitely find out where you are by there being no fruit on the trees or no vegetables or whatever. Who's spamming my phone? I apologize if you can hear that, although if you can, I'm just going to edit out that nonsense. Anyways, so yeah, we definitely got turned around here. Let's wait for our badgers to catch up, our little babies, and try this again and not screw it up. Alright, come on guys. Hurry along. Don't get devoured. Oh god. That one was lagging behind, that's for sure. Got a little scared. Come on guys. Let's try not and get disoriented this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one is really slow. We gotta let them catch up, I suppose. Oh god. Luckily, that thing didn't disorient me this time. Alright, so we do have to go this way, in fact, and this is very close to the end. Oh god. This is very close to the end of this part. I believe it's just over this hill here. Oh. I'm trying to get out of this cover so I can see if I have all my badger babies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god! No! No, 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 no. Well, that just put a damper on things. So, I just witnessed the murder of my child, basically. That was... I feel really bad, I'm not gonna lie. Especially with the exit so close, just that log right there. But yeah, this game definitely does a good job at making you feel like a shitty parent when you lose a badger. Do we really only have 2? Okay, there's 4. We only lost 1, luckily. I mean, that's not lucky at all, we lost 1, but... Wow, I'm just like at a loss of words. Feeling pretty shitty right now. Luckily it satisfied the hawk's hunger, I guess, and it's not gonna eat another one, but that's still not good. So as we approach the end of this section here, come on guys, final thoughts on this game. It's very fun, although I don't know if it does a good job at what it does. It's a very interesting, different game. I think it's worth playing. It's a game that people should play. Here's a nighttime sequence I was talking about. But I have a hard time recommending it at $10 just because it is only a few hours long. It's pretty short and doesn't have a huge amount of replayability. So if you can pick it up for like maybe $5, maybe $7 tops, definitely pick it up. I think it's a game people should play and experience, and it is an experience. So I give it a thumbs up for sure. But that will be as much as I want to give away for this game right now. So as always, thank you for watching, and see you next time.